What is up, everyone? Welcome to the stream. I'm so excited that everyone is here. I'm going to let some folks kind of come on in, trickle on in. I do realize that I'm still working on the audio sync issue. I think I've got it figured out within OBS. So I've tweaked it a little bit, and we shall see if it works. I know it's still going to be a little off because I was testing it and I'm watching it on my control panel here. So I do apologize for that, but we are going to get that fixed. So I will ask, wash my face. I just took a shower. What do I want to wash my face for? Welcome, guys. If you would, as we let people kind of get, oh, it's good, it's better today. That is what I like to hear. There's always something that goes wrong, though. Unfortunately, my sound software that allows me to play music from my computer, it's just it was frustrating. I wanted to have a really cool music intro like I had last time, but it didn't do that. So it's a split second off. Yeah, we're gonna see. I'm gonna see if I can fix that. That's gonna be trim my hair. No, man, this is my hair, man. This is my hair. I like it. So it's probably off for certain people, and maybe not as bad off for other people. But I do appreciate that. I did want to say briefly that if you're not subscribed to the TubeBuddy YouTube channel, you need to be. If you don't know, we have amazing creators who are going. Hair game is strong. Thank you. I think it is. But we have some amazing creators who stream here on the TubeBuddy YouTube channel. So with that being said, you can look at our past videos here. We have Owen. I hate saying people's last names because I really mess them up, but we have Owen, then we have Nick, and I've been really consuming a lot of Nick's stuff. Nick does a great job. We have obviously Andrew, who does amazing work. Then we have myself, we have Roberto Blake, sometimes we have Daryl Eves, we have Brian Johnson. There is just so much going on the TubeBuddy YouTube channel, guys. If you are not, you need to be really in tuned. And also, we are right at 90K subscribers. We're getting to that 100K subscriber mark. So with all of that being said, I am excited. I also want to let everyone know that, as you know, it is late May right now. My wife is a teacher and she is home now, which means that my little girl is also home. So if you hear like a faint knocking on that door back there, and then some little bitty footsteps, it's her. I'm just going to keep on pushing through. But the joys of working from home, it's amazing. I wouldn't want it any other way. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to jump into a conversation that I really wanted to talk about. Also, if you don't know, I just realized I had my face up this whole time. Let me just go ahead and go to, where's it at? There it is right there. So as you can see here are those videos that I'm talking about, some of those live streams that we've seen there. So let me see here. I want to get rid of that right now, and then I want to get rid of that. But yeah, we do have some amazing people here on the TubeBuddy YouTube channel. So if you haven't already, guys, I highly recommend that you do that. So anyways, oh, I look young? Oh, well, I appreciate that. She teaches me? No, she teaches third graders. Let's see here. They do not see very well? Okay. Well, welcome, guys. We're already pushing 50 plus in the channel here today, and that, my friends, is what I love to see. The more people we can get in here to talk about this YouTube stuff, it's going to be absolutely amazing. So we're going to start from the beginning. We're going to be talking about closed captions. Lots of crappy talk. I don't think so, man. I gotta preface all of this stuff, and I also gotta intro the stream and give some love to the other creators here that work on the TubeBuddy channel. So again, some house cleaning stuff, but I think you guys will find some benefit. All right, so we're going to be talking about closed captions. We are also going to be talking about how you can improve your SEO by utilizing closed caption. Amy, you said you listened to my podcast. It's nice to match a face to a name. Here's my face. You know, I really appreciate that. Hopefully my face lives up to your what you were thinking. So anyways, back to today's topic. Also, Andrew, I know he's listening right now. I'm going to have him also, while I'm discussing our topic, he's going to be pasting in a Google form for you guys to go in and to add your questions that you may have. So anyways, we're going to go with that. So again, closed captions or subtitles, and also how that can help your SEO on YouTube and on Google. So if you don't know what SEO is, Andrew just was very kindly to put the definition into chat. SEO is search engine optimization. Most of you, if you are here, you probably already know that you know what SEO is. So we're going to, Beanie, I appreciate that. One of your favorite TubeBuddy live hosts. Not too overexcited to the point it feels fake, but definitely enthusiastic. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Beanie. It means a lot to me. So let's talk about closed captions. Let me just navigate over here to a couple of things. As we're going to see here, this here is lovely Andrew. Okay, this is a video that he did recently about a couple of months back on channel tag statistics and live subscriber counts. Okay, but if we go down, if you see here the text below Andrew's face here, these are closed captions, right? I paused it right there at a beautiful place. So we're gonna go ahead and pause it here on the TubeBuddy logo. Andrew, you are famous, my friend. But as he's talking, you're going to see these words pop up as he talks. So you're not going to be able to hear it on my end, but if I play this video back, and as Andrew continues to talk, you're going to see right here, the closed captions are going to be below that video. Now, we're going to be talking about today, number one, if you don't know how to turn closed captions on, basically this little subtitles and CC button below your video, this right here will take you to where you can go and edit the closed captions. But I'm going to go back to the video for 1 second. There's Andrew. But what you can do is right underneath the video, you're going to see subtitles, closed captions. If you click the CC right there, it's going to turn them on or off. So if you click on, it's going to have a red underline, and then if you click off, the red underline is going to go away. So that's a little bit more about closed captions and how to turn them on. But if you want to edit closed captions for a specific video, then what you'll want to do is to click on the subtitles or CC button below the video, or you can go to your video manager and you can navigate that way. So if we're here on this specific video, YouTube has an automated service that they provide, right? So within YouTube, they have a service that, by the way, has gotten so much better over time. Like, I'm not sure of the exact percentages, but back in the day when I started YouTube 5 or 6 years ago, the percentage of the actual correct words that it would get when it would try to translate what you were saying was something along like 50 or 55%. Now it's upwards of like 80, 85%. I actually did a video the other day, and again, it depends on the person. If you speak well and you enunciate things properly, you will see how the system will work much better than if you talk really softly and you kind of mumble. Like, if you kind of mumble like that, you know, YouTube's going to have a really hard time figuring out what you're going to say. Just like any speech recognition software. Basically, that's it. So what you can see under published is going to be the English automatic here. And again, when we're talking about closed captions and subtitles, you got to think there are also situations where you're opening up your content to people who may not normally be able to consume your content. So you may be opening it up to people who have hearing situations where they just can't hear. They have hearing disabilities, whether they're deaf, they're partially deaf, or whatever it may be. They're able to not hear you, but they can read the text underneath the video, and that's opening your content up to a whole nother audience. Not to mention, if you translate your video into, say, Spanish or Portuguese or French or German, and then you're opening it up to another audience that speak a different language, okay? So again, we're in the Manage Subtitles and Closed Captions box here on the page here. And then once we're here, you can actually go to right here where you see Published, and then click on what YouTube has already provided to you. This system is so much better. So what you're going to see is you're going to see the video here on the right. On the left-hand side over here, you're going to be able to see little segments of the video, the timestamp over here, and the exact text right here that Andrew is saying. So what you're going to see is timestamp here and then what's being said during the video. What I love is as the video plays, so as as the video plays like this here, you're going to see the red bar go through the timeline here, and you're going to see this line move, and all of the text that he's saying will be right here in the video. This is how you do that. That's how you work with closed captions. So again, and I'm not sure about, and Kate's asked about, it's not on this video. I'm not sure if it's on live streaming yet. But basically, with this system, you are able to go in and click on a specific segment of the video, like right here. Let's say I want to edit this section here. All I would have to do is go up here and click the edit button in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. And then what you're going to see is you're able to click in the box here, and it's just like a word processor. And you would be able to go and click and say, hey, I want to change this word. Or instead of TubeBuddy, like T-O-O-Buddy, it's TubeBuddy. So that's how it works. Review Mazda, yeah, it's out of sync for some people. Some people it's not. It'll depend on your internet speeds, bandwidth, and whatnot. I'm watching it on my computer here, and it's a slight second off, but it's not that much. So that's kind of how you do it. You can even go in here and remove whole segments out of this here. Now, let's talk about TubeBuddy and kind of what TubeBuddy can do in regards to closed captions and all this good stuff. So when we go to a video, let's go back to that same video or similar video that we were just at. So let's go to this one right here. Underneath the TubeBuddy icon here, we're going to be able to go right here where you see under Video SEO, it says Captions Service. You go right here and you click. Now, what I just showed you through YouTube is going to be free. So everything that YouTube does will be free. But if you click right here under Caption Service within TubeBuddy, we are partnered with a company called 3Play Media. It tells you here exactly some really cool stats, which is why I wanted to click on this. So if you go right here, it'll tell you if you add captions to your videos, it will boost the video search engine optimization, which means your videos will rank better in search. It will increase your views up to around 7%. So if you're a smaller creator, if you want to get a bump of about 7%, again, this is average. This is not going to be something that's exact, but closed captions may be something you want to look into. Also lets viewers watch your videos in more places. I didn't think about this, but when I was researching for my podcast, think about the people who are like in the line at the grocery store and they don't want to annoy other people, but they want to watch your video. They can actually watch your video while in line at the DMV or a place like that while they're bored out of their mind and actually still be able to consume your content because they're able to read the text and know what you're talking about in your video. Make your video accessible to a wider audience. I just talked about that. People who are hearing impaired, people who are completely deaf are able to now consume your content. So that's awesome. No cell phones at the DMV. This is true. I've gotten in trouble for that before. So don't do that, guys. Don't take my advice. So again, through TubeBuddy, you can actually order the captioning service through TubeBuddy. And you're going to be able to see, sorry, you don't have access to the video because I'm not logged in, but what you're going to see here, if you click on that with your account, is you're going to see the ability to actually go in here and order, I believe it's like, I'm not sure, Andrew, maybe if you can look this up for me. I'm not sure how much it is per minute, but it's literally nothing for someone to go in and add exact closed captions to your videos. So go check that out through TubeBuddy, another great tool. And there's other providers out there. I just wanted to promote that one because that is what we use here at TubeBuddy as far as partnered with us from that end. So a couple more things about captions. Andrew, while we're in here, if you don't mind through Skype or something like that, shoot me over the back end of the Google's Forms where I can see the questions. I would appreciate that, kind sir. So one last thing about the captions and subtitles. When you, Andrew has it right there, $2 per minute for people with paid licenses of TubeBuddy and $3 a minute for everyone else. So that's amazing. That is I mean, literally less than a cup of cappuccino or coffee at Starbucks, guys. Come on, you can't beat that, right? All right, so with all of that being said, I do want to say this in closing of this topic. How is it going to help your SEO? Search engine optimization. Think about this. When you have a video, and let's say we're going to another one of our videos from Andrew, when you have this video here and you have the title, which is this guy here, obviously, you have your description, which is this guy here. This is all text and stuff that YouTube and Google are pulling from. So with that being said, the tags are another form of text and data that YouTube and Google can pull from that will help you rank in search. Bottom line is this. Let me go ahead and zoom in for this part. Bottom line is this. Closed captions are crucial for any creators who are looking for that extra edge, who are looking to take their channel to the next level, okay? Boom, that's it. Oh, if you haven't noticed already, I am repping the TubeBuddy shirt right here. You can get some TubeBuddy swag over on the TubeBuddy website. All right, so that's going to close us out on the 10% of your watch time, Kate, on your channel has been with closed captions on. That's an impressive stat. That's actually really, really interesting. Really, really interesting. Andrew there linked the TubeBuddy.com, the shop there. Hey, TubeBuddy, tell people not to spam. Yeah, we're not going to have some spam in here. Normally, we have an awesome community who show up for these Thursday streams that I do at the end of the month, and this week is no different. All right, so we are going to, I'm going to navigate back over to the channel here, and I am actually going to start answering your questions. So if you would, Andrew has already put the I'm going to take this over here. Andrew has already put the form in the chat if you want to ask me a question. So you can basically ask the question and then I will answer that on stream. All right, so we are going to, I need to go to individual questions. There we go. All right, so we have a question coming in from youtube.com/kmanauto, Kmanauto. Oh, okay. I don't know what I'm trying to do there. Anyways, he says, bulk closed caption and bulk description translation coming at all. You know, I'm not sure as far as if that is even something we can do because of the system that YouTube provides to us. But again, it may be something that we can do. I would have to ask Phil and the engineers over at TubeBuddy if that's even a possibility, if that's something that we can even do. So great question, K-Man Auto. That's a fantastic question. I would have to kind of talk with those guys to see if that was even possible. It very well could be. I'm not very sure. Let's see here. Another question coming in from the Random 12. How do you think adding captions help Let's Players? Also, do you do the captions for the TubeBuddy videos? Is anyone? The ones on TubeBuddy are the automated system captions from YouTube. Andrew could probably answer that question better than I could as far as what we're using on TubeBuddy. But for a gaming channel and Let's Play videos, to answer this question specifically, it gets a little hairy when you talk about the Let's Play and the gaming community with captions, because sometimes you're talking really fast, you're getting emotional, you're getting excited, and it's really hard to understand what they're saying. Within the captions. But I do believe it would be beneficial for a Let's Player or a gaming channel, because I do think that captions are an amazing thing that can help any niche of YouTube. That's basically what I would say about that. But good luck with all of that. I think that the gaming YouTubers out there, the smaller creators, this might could help you take your channel to the next level. The next question is coming in from the creator Tech Bug. My channel is not growing. Which type of videos I will make to grow my channel? I'm not sure. We have a ton of stuff here on the TubeBuddy channel for that, but that's a kind of a general question. You're gonna have to do the work, put in the time, and see what works best for your channel. Next question coming in from Home and Horizon. I like that name. Dusty, I'm UK based and I run a weekly series on travel and interior deals. I thought people would find it really useful, but I just don't think I'm getting found despite using good SEO, tags, and description. Is there anything else I can do? Or what would be one piece of advice you could give offering on not getting found? So for you, you're in the UK, you're doing a series on travel and interior designs. The first thing you would do is, if I were you, is I would try to focus on some keywords that are popular right now, some places that are hotspots. Go to the Google AdWords tool, see what people are searching for in your niche in travel, and figure out what that hot topic is. So remember, when you're creating a show like on YouTube, like what I do, I post my podcast on YouTube, you may not get as many views as if you did a search-based video, but make sure you are optimizing the titles and the descriptions. But in your case, I think the question says that you're not getting found, but you're using good SEO. maybe people aren't finding it useful. Like, that's what we have to do as creators. We have to see, I think, in your case, I'm sure your show is fantastic, but what can you do to change it, right? You may be doing the same thing and it's just not working. Sometimes we have to come to realization that I did a series on my channel one time. It was called Ask the Guru, and people loved it at first, but then it kind of died off, and I had to change it and basically completely revise what the show was. So we have to be honest with ourselves, Home and Horizon, and say, maybe this show just isn't as good as it used to be or as good as it was. So that's kind of what I would say. Kev, awesome stream, man. You're always looking for new ways. Fantastic, fantastic. I love seeing all you guys that are here every single month. It really means a lot to me. We're pushing 60 people in here right now. Again, I know this is a weird time. West Coasters, I know it's pretty early. But that would be my advice for you, Home and Horizon. So great question, though. That's the kind of questions I like. Next question is from Review Maza. Bro, I am partnered with MCN. Can I still get a paid version of TubeBuddy? Yeah, absolutely. You can absolutely get a paid version of TubeBuddy. As a matter of fact, your MCN, if you contact them, we actually have special deals for multi-channel networks and whatnot. So that could be something that your MCN might want to look into. But you can absolutely do that. Great question, though. Next question is from G-Star. Can we use hashtags for tags? I don't. That's normally for your Instagram post, Facebook post, or Snapchat, avenues like that. I'm not sure it would be beneficial for your YouTube videos. You could try it. Honestly, I think it would probably end up hurting you because the hashtag or the number symbol, which is what it is, might actually not let you rank for those keywords. So be careful about that. You may not want to do that, but you could. It's not against terms of service or anything. So I guess you could if you wanted to. So good question. Fishing Lure Box asks, playlist, how to create. We've got a lot of great tutorials on TubeBuddy, and I also have over on my YouTube channel. The link will be down below. My YouTube channel, I have a bunch of great videos on how to do playlist. I actually think if I can look it up here, let's see here. If you go to YouTube playlist tutorial on YouTube, you're gonna find some really good stuff right here. Daryl, this video here I've watched a couple of times, a great video. And then here's my video right here, how to organize YouTube playlist. And then here's one I did like 4 years ago, how to create and manage playlist. I still think both of those are great tools for you to use. But I'll go ahead and paste the URL to that video if you're wanting to check that out as far as tutorials on how to do playlist. I think playlists are actually a very big part of what makes creators successful. I've just recently done some major changes because of the contact at YouTube that I have told me that the playlists are really great ways to help you make a great first impression. So definitely go check that out. The next question is going to be from... Next question coming in from Jonathan Chase. What about hashtags? I just answered that question. If you want to, you can hit the little skimmer at the bottom of the live stream and go back and see what I said about that. Next one's coming from Katie420. What is your favorite tool to help with closed captioning? Also, how does TubeBuddy recommend closed captioning? Does it offer bulk closed captioning? As I mentioned earlier, we are partnered with, let me just see, three Media. Andrew can put the link in the chat there. We work with them and we talk with them about, we give you special deals with them and they basically, for a couple of bucks, will do a minute worth of video for you. So that's kind of where we are as far as on the TubeBuddy end. And then what is your favorite tool for closed captioning? Basically, if you want to know what I do personally, and yeah, we don't have any bulk closed captioning at the moment. We may in the future if that's something that you guys would possibly want. I think that would be probably pretty difficult to do. But what I do is when I'm going to edit my captions and subtitles, I actually go in and when I'm editing them here, this panel where we were just at, underneath actions, you can actually download the subtitles that YouTube automatically gives you, and then I copy and paste those into a text editor, and I go in and watch the video and I kind of time it up. That's me personally. That's when I was doing them myself. I actually have someone who works with me on a lot of different stuff, smaller stuff on my channel, they go in and kind of edit them now. But if you're just getting started, that's a great way to go and to do that. So great question though. Great question. Next question comes in two. Beanie Draws. Great name. He says, how long would doing closed captions yourself for a 30 or 40 minute video take? Your videos range from 10 to 40 minutes because they're instructional tutorials, and $3 per minute for a video that ranges from 10 to 40 minutes works out to be $30 to $120 per video. Yeah. So the paid services may not be for you. You got to kind of weigh the benefit versus the cost. So it's one of those things to where you have to understand, what's it worth? Like, what's it worth to you? So that's kind of what you have to see. Advertising network, subscribe to TubeBuddy channel, which is in the top of YouTube search. 400. I don't know what that currency is. I'm not even going to say that I know, but there it is. Advertising network, subscribe to TubeBuddy channel. I don't know what that means, but they just gave us a 400 something super chat. So I'm not quite sure what that translates into. I'm not quite sure. But anyways, guys, rupee, is that what it is? Rupees? See, that shows me that I just do not know my currencies. I apologize. What does that translate into US dollars? Anyways, that's beyond the point. Back to the question at hand. You may have to be doing it yourself for that long of a video. Beanie Draws, if you're going to do it right, it's probably going to take you about an hour to an hour and a half to go through and actually sync it up. That's what I would say. That would be where I'm at. So, Secret Life of Vivian, welcome. Rupee 65 equals $1. So it's a couple bucks then. Fantastic. Great question, by the way, Beanie Draws. Great question. Question number 11, Mr. Botman asks, how to get more than 100 subscribers a month? Again, those are very general questions that unfortunately I'm not going to answer here because it would take a lot of times. It would take a lot of time. So unfortunately, I can't tell you exactly how to do that. Unfortunately, it's really up to you putting in the work and putting in the time. People want to come on here and they want to say, how can I get more subscribers? Can you sub for a sub? I wouldn't recommend doing any of that. Put in the work and the time and your channel will eventually grow. So I'm not really going to answer that question. Very general question. The one that you want, 21. Who runs TubeBuddy? There's a few different people who run TubeBuddy. Phil is my contact. He's one of the founders, creators, engineers, people behind the scenes. He's one of the greatest and nicest guys you'll ever meet. How did I get involved? I approached Phil to come on and sponsor my podcast, which is the YouTube Creators Hub podcast. And once I started doing some of the podcast and Phil and the guys wanted to come on, I kind of worked from there. And now I'm a big part of what we do here at TubeBuddy. I'm a big part of the marketing and the promotion that we do. I do tutorials on my channel for TubeBuddy. I'm an affiliate for TubeBuddy. And I also do another podcast called TubeBuddy Express. If you can see here, the little stream, these are the two icons, two logos for the two podcasts that I do for TubeBuddy. So I kind of got involved there. And then I'm also going to be doing more with TubeBuddy as well. So that's kind of how I got involved with TubeBuddy. And am I at the TubeBuddy offices? No, we are all over the world. Phil and those guys are in Cali, beautiful sunny California. I am just north of Atlanta. Andrew, I'm not sure where Andrew's located, but I'm not sure if he's in California, but we are all over the place. That's the beauty of the internet, the interwebs. So that's my TubeBuddy journey. We all have a different one, right? This question's coming in from Bodies After Babies. I'm a super saturated niche. What is your advice when you have a topic you want to talk about, but every tag you can think of comes up as bad? Any tips or tricks? What could get you ranking higher? Great question. So if you are in a very saturated niche, which means that you're in a niche that people are, there's a ton of videos, like the gaming niche is very, very oversaturated. Saturated? Saturated. The gaming niche is very oversaturated. Here's what I would tell you. If your niche is oversaturated, you have to find something that makes you stand out. What makes you different? What makes you different than the people who are in your niche? I assume if your name is anywhere related to what you're doing is helping women stay healthy after and during pregnancy, or I'm assuming that's what your niche is. If that's the case, then you need to look at the other creators that are doing the work, the ones who are successful. Never be afraid to look at people who are doing things well. Like for me personally, in the YouTube space, if I'm not consuming what Roberto Blake is doing, what Daryl Eves is doing, what Nick is doing and how he's growing his channel so fast, what Owen's doing, if I'm not watching these guys and seeing what they're doing well and taking that and applying that to my channel, I'm dumb, right? I'm not doing myself any service. So really understand that you need to see what the people who are doing well are doing and then apply that to your channel. And then besides that, basically what you would need to do would be to kind of see what videos have done well in the past for you and keep doing it. You know, that would be it. I was talking with my hands a lot there. I apologize. The next question comes in from Review Maza. Once again, does closed captioning need to be in English only, or can we do it with any language and still get SEO? Great question. Yes, you can still get SEO. Absolutely. It's going to be for a completely different audience though, right? It's going to be for an audience that speaks that native language. So your video is going to be twofold, right? You're going to have people speaking that language plus English. So why wouldn't you want to do that? So Review Maza, great question, wonderful question. And people should be, if they can, if I could speak Spanish, I would open my videos up to the Spanish speaking audience out there, because I believe there are people who would love to consume my content. They just don't understand what I'm saying because they don't speak my language. So great question. The next question coming from another one from Review Maza. What are clickbait thumbnails? They're thumbnails that make people click on the videos when they have no relation to the video. So like videos that put up pictures of scantily clad women, people who put up like very gruesome and gory photos. Those are what I call clickbait thumbnails. If you're going to do a thumbnail, you need to do a thumbnail that is related to the video content and topic, not one that's just trying to get clicks to make a money. To make a money? To make a money? No, to make money. That's basically what a clickbait thumbnail is. That's what clickbait is in general. Verpeilt, Verpeilt, with the next question. I'd like to ask how to get more subscribers. You produce 2 to 3 videos, but nobody comes to you. Can you give you some tips? Again, these are very general questions that I don't like answering here on the stream because they take too much time. Go check out the people who are doing great stuff. Go check out Roberto. Go check out my channel. Go check out Nick and Owen and Daryl and video creators with Tim Smoyer. There's just some amazing people out there who, if you consume their content, guys, you're going to grow. If you're putting in the work and you're making the changes and you're doing things the way they tell you to do them, these great YouTube educators, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. So I'm not going to answer that question. Next question comes from Med School Insiders. I like that name. How do you recommend getting the word out about your channel outside of YouTube? You've used Reddit. Good for you. Social media. Good for you. Forums with mixed results, and curious to hear my thoughts. All right, so how do you get the word out outside of YouTube about your channel? You're doing all the right things. Going to Reddit, going to social media, something that I do. Let me tell you my post processing, what I normally do. Let me get a sip of water, though. My cup makes a really weird noise. So what you would want to do is this. You would want to make sure you're utilizing all of your social media outlets. So utilizing outlets such as Facebook, upload your videos to Facebook, using Twitter to tweet out your video and a nice little tweet about the topic of the video. I use Pinterest because I've found that it's really nice to have that really cool looking pin with my thumbnail. And then, you know, that's kind of how it goes with that. And then you can utilize the forums and where people are. I like to go to like the TubeBuddy forums is a great place. There's just so many great places to go to kind of promote your channel outside of YouTube. Don't ever go to someone's channel and say, hey, sub to me, I'll sub to you. That never works. Don't ever pay for subscribers and views. That never works, and it's against terms of service. So just understand that in that case, guys, you need to make sure that you're doing it the right way. That's kind of would be my opinion on that. The next question would be, G-Star, last month you got a community guideline strike. Is your channel affected? Will my channel stand at the same position as a normal channel does? Is streaming prohibited for 3 months? Yes, that's actually a great question, and one that's very relevant to me right now. I did a video years ago, 5 years ago, about how to download YouTube videos, and obviously that's illegal. You can't do that, right? But I did the video when I first started out on YouTube. I got a community guideline strike, and here's what happens. You need to, number one, make sure you go through all your previous past videos and understand that if there's any of them that look like they may be against the community terms of service, delete them, remove them off your channel. Because if you get 2 and then 3 of these strikes, you are at risk of losing your channel. Like right now with just 1, you're fine. Basically what you're going to have to do is kind of like a slap on the wrist. They'll remove your ability to live stream on YouTube, but they will also, if you get number 2 and 3, possibly could ban your channel. So understand that you need to be very careful when you're uploading videos to YouTube. Like in my case, I uploaded that video 5 or 6 years ago. I wasn't even aware that it was still on the channel, and really it was a video for people to go and who have lost their videos on their hard drive and needed to download them from their channel, but obviously I was in the wrong there, and that was something that shouldn't have happened. So be very careful with community guideline strikes. You're okay with just 1, but when you get 2 and 3, that definitely increases the risk of you losing your channel, which nobody wants that, right? Frankie is on top with the next question. Do you ever get burned out on YouTube? How do you get motivated? Will I be at VidCon with TubeBuddy? Great questions. First one, do you ever get burned out on YouTube? Sometimes, but because of the work that I do, it's very tutorial-based, educational-based. I'm very passionate about helping people grow their YouTube channels, be able to use technology, and I'm just passionate about it in general. So with that being said, there's some days when I'm like, man, I really don't want to work on this today. But unfortunately, I mean, for me, fortunately, that doesn't happen very, very much. I'm actually in the midst of a trial right now that I'm doing where I'm uploading a video to my YouTube channel every day of the week, Monday through Friday. I take the weekends off, but I've never done this before. I was for a while there going for 1 video every 2 weeks, which for my type of channel is fine. But I spoke with my YouTube consultant, and they told me that I could try to upload more frequently, and it might help me. So I've been doing that for a month now. I'm going to do it for a couple more weeks before I go on vacation in June. And what I've found is that the viewing numbers for my older videos are going up with me uploading more frequently. So I'm not sure how to correlate that yet. I'm going to gather all of the data and I'll come back later. But as far as burnout goes and how to stay motivated, do new stuff. Creatively, you need to be challenged. Creatively, like doing the podcast every week for me, doing blog posts and doing new YouTube videos, I'm creatively challenged. That's why I love my job. That's why I love voice acting. That's why I love doing, one of the things that I do is I'm a wedding videographer. And I'm working on a wedding video right now that I recorded a couple of weeks ago that I shot with a buddy of mine, the partner that I work with, and just creatively, just being able to make that movie, make that film, just keeping it, spiced up, doing different stuff. I also DJ on the side, so keeping my life interesting and fun, and never waking up to where like, man, I got to do the same thing over and over today. My day looks different every single day of the week. That's what I love about this job. So, will I be at VidCon? I want to be. The fine folks over at TubeBuddy have offered to help me get there, and it's going to be whether or not my family, with my daughter and my wife, are able to come, possibly. And to be honest with you, I don't like flying that much, but if I could work it out with my family, I definitely would. So, Tamil News Live, 100 rupees. I think that's rupees. TubeBuddy, 90K. Good, support us. Appreciate that, Tamil. Appreciate the the support there with the super chat. Next question we have from Danielle Branch. Can you upload 2 closed caption languages? Yes, you can upload as many as you want. If you go back to right here, you can go to, let's see if I can go back to where we were at here. So basically what it'll show, Danielle, is underneath published, it will actually add new subtitles. You can search from 186 languages. So right here, if I want to search for Spanish, I can go to Spanish like this here, and that's going to add the Spanish subtitles as well, where I can go and I can add the subtitles there. So you can add as many of those as you possibly want to. But a great question. And again, it'll open you up to that face, Andrew's face. Why in the world do I pause it on those lovely faces? Fantastic. 70 people still in here 40 minutes later, guys. Thank you so much. Next question we have going from Salomo Dahan, I think. Can I get money from you guys? No, we're not giving away money. If you want to be a part of the TubeBuddy affiliate program, which Andrew's talking about in chat, you can sign up for that. And if you apply for it and you get accepted, you are able to be an affiliate for TubeBuddy. Every time someone purchases TubeBuddy underneath your link, you'll get a little kickback, some money, helps you out. It's a great way to support your channel. And TubeBuddy has been so great to support creators and to provide something like that. And the affiliate rate for TubeBuddy is actually way better than it is for most companies, which again, they're just extremely helpful and generous with all of that. Mario the dog asks, any tips for making better YouTube thumbnails? You know what? That's a great question. Let me open up Photoshop and let me show you guys what I've been doing. All right, so here's one that I just recently did. I'm going to drag it over. Let me just minimize this for a minute here. Here's one that I just recently did, and I design all of my thumbnails in Photoshop. So just so you know, that's the software that I'm using. But here's one that I did recently. And what I've been doing is I like to keep the text minimal, very big, so people can see it. And then I also like to keep the, this video here was about how to slow down and speed up audio within Adobe Audition. That was what the video was. And I've got the logo for the software. I've got a race car because it's about speeding up the audio, and I have a snail because it's about slowing down. So I like to keep my thumbnails very fun and colorful and interesting and very relative to what I'm talking about. And let me tell you guys a pro tip. What I love to do is I'm going to hide everything else in this video. If you notice this little rectangle right here, yeah, that's actually a very good tip that Andrew, that's also another thing that I do, and I'll show you exactly what he's talking about shortly. But if I go here and I zoom out of my thumbnail, get it down to about 30, what you want to do is get that down to about 30, I believe it's, 33%. So right around that area right here, make sure everything's going to be able to be seen. But the pro tip that I wanted to give you guys is this. Ryan's Playroom, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. It means a lot to us. Keep supporting the channel. I really do appreciate that. This little rectangle, this colorful rectangle that I put around all of my thumbnails, if you notice on eBay and sites like that, when they're trying to promote or highlight a really cool listing, then they're highlighting them with like a yellow rectangle around them. I like to go, and this is something, don't tell people this tip, but people are starting to catch on. If you go and let's take a look at, let's go back over to YouTube here. If we go back over to YouTube and then we go to, let's see, Facebook ad tutorial. Look at all of these thumbnails. The one that I like is this one here, not only because it's mine, but because it's got a little highlight around the video thumbnail. So I'm just like, oh, look at this. It's got a highlight. So then if I go right here and I type in, let's say YouTube tutorial, and I scroll down on all of these tutorials, you're scrolling down. Daryl does a great job with his. But look right here. Oh, it's highlighted. Got a little red icon around it right here. That's a tutorial from yours truly. So again, think about that when you're doing your thumbnails. What are creative ways that you can make your thumbnails stand out? That's a great way. Next question is from Mainstage. How big do you think is clickbotting fake views on new videos to get them trending? Recommended. By the way, you love TubeBuddy. We're so glad you love us. As far as how big do I think clickbotting and fake views? Probably a bigger portion than you think. Probably a ton more people do it than you actually think. So probably way more than we want there to be. G-Star asks, so if you didn't get a second or third strike in the first 3 to 4 months and strikes on my channel got reset, yeah, they'll reset after 3 months. If you get another strike after 3 months, well, it can be considered as no, it's 3 strikes within a 3-month period. So as long as you don't get 3 strikes within 3 months, you're okay. Try Dudes, do you and Andrew know each other? Why don't you work on videos together? Love your channel, Dusty. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Popcorn Shows, $2, YouTube channel for Telugu short films in India. Okay, thank you for that little bit of love there from the super chat. Do I know Andrew? I know him now. I consider him a good friend. We work together alongside the TubeBuddy. I talk to him every month about the live stream. We should work on videos together. Andrew, let's get on that. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can work on that, Andrew. Let's collaborate. Let's collaborate. He's heartbroken right now, folks. Guys, you shouldn't have brought that up. You shouldn't have brought that up. Andrew's really heartbroken right now. I'm just kidding. I would love to work with Andrew. That's something we need to get on. Andrew, let's get on that. Beanie Draws. If I do closed captions in English, will the Google robot monkeys translate it into another language? No, they won't. You have to have individual captions for that specific language. The Google monkeys don't do it. TML News Live, CC captions for more than one language. Yes, you can do that. I just showed how to do that previously in this tutorial. So yes, you absolutely can do that. So as we close here, let's see here. Thanks to TubeBuddy, Andrew, and the streamer guy. Any last questions, guys, before we close out here today? What are Dustrew? That's a great collab name. It's like what's the Brangelina? Angelina and Brad? Rest in peace. What are some last questions you have? Just go ahead and put those in chat. Just some quick fire questions that you may have. For all of you that are giving us super chat, we really do appreciate that. It means a lot to us. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. So any last questions that you may have before we close it out this week? Wow, what a great stream this week. 50 minutes in. Is it safe to buy views? No, it's never safe to buy views. Don't ever do that. You are at risking your channel. It very well could get closed out. You shouldn't be buying views. You should be working diligently to increasing your views. What tool in TubeBuddy will maximize the opportunity for more views to my channel? All of them. All of them. All of them. Andrew says, last question, have you subscribed to Dusty yet? If you haven't, do so now. A little self-promotion. What is your biggest you have learned? I'm not sure. What is your biggest mistake that we can learn from? Never be afraid to put yourself out there. Yeah, never be afraid to put yourself out there. The moment you become afraid to produce content that you're nervous about doing, that's probably going to be your best piece of content. Never be afraid. Always be willing to press that record button and see what response you're going to get. Popcorn Shows with the $1. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate that. Do I have to open 3 channels for 3 different niches? That's going to be a lot of work and a lot to kind of bounce between. I'd focus in on one right now, see if you can grow that one, and then take what you've learned from that one and then launch the other 2. Do categories pay differently? Does entertainment pay better? It's all different. It depends on your history on YouTube, how well you're doing. There's so much that's involved there. As far as the intro goes, I have completely removed my intro. I had a Twitter conversation with Roberto Blake a couple of weeks back. He tweeted out something along the lines of he removed his intro altogether and then shortened it down to a couple of seconds. I had a very big intro. If you go back to some of my older videos, it's really cool. If you go back to my older videos, I have a super cool intro. Lasted about 10 to, let's go to my videos here. Let's see, I'm not sure when I stopped using it, but if I go back here, let's see here.
Hey guys, and welcome to
Nope, I stopped using it there. Let's see, let's go back even farther. What I've learned is you want to respect your audience's time. So let's go right here. So look at this right here. No, that's not it. That's a short that's a shorter one. Anyways, if I can find it, I'll show you. But basically the intro lasted like 11 seconds. And what I found is that here is the intro. It lasted 11 seconds. And what I found is that people were going away from my video in the first, see right here, it wasn't over till 13 seconds. Then I started the content. Don't do that. Don't do that, guys. Really don't do that. I mean, it's one of those things to where it's like, yeah, it looked really cool, but people were going away from my videos and they weren't watching and subscribing, and that's the whole point of what I'm doing. So why would I do that? So yeah, shorter intro the better. I'm actually working with a guy right now to design a really cool intro for my video. I like what Tim Smoyer does on his videos. He comes on some really cool music. He opens up talking about what the video is about. Then he does a little sweeper or intro video, and then that's it. So it means it's all right to operate 3 different categories in the same channel. Be careful with that. You just need to focus on what you're doing and do it well. But yes, you can if you categorize it and put your playlist appropriately. Yes, you can do that. Any last questions before we close out? I'm going to go ahead and go full screen. Boom, just like so. So, any last questions from you guys before we close it out for the day? Any last questions? I would love to have a couple of last questions about maybe closed captions or anything that you guys might be asking about. Let's see here. I do not see any in the stream or the chat room there. So Dusty, last question. When are we collabing? We need to collab soon, Andrew. We need to collab soon. Do I ever have problems with live stream buffering and crashing? Sometimes I do, yeah. My YouTube icon is a T and a G, which stands for Technology Guru. And for those asking about watch time, it is extremely crucial. You want watch time to be as high as you possibly can. The longer a person watches your video, the more likely they are to stay on your channel. That's it. You missed watching from the beginning, you'll watch later? I hope so. Who is my YouTuber idol? I don't really have a YouTuber idol. All the guys who stream on TubeBuddy are fantastic. Love those guys. I think that's going to be it for this week's or this month's stream, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the TubeBuddy channel if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to go on over and take a look at our 2 podcasts, YouTube Creators Hub and the TubeBuddy Express podcast. I will be doing in the near future a webinar with the guys over at Blue Book, and stay tuned for that. That'll be tweeted out as soon as that happens. And for all of you who keep this chat room, this has been the highest portion of comments per minute, and I really appreciate that. Kate, you say thank you for being around. I really appreciate those of you who are in the chat being helpful and doing all of that. So guys, until next until next month, keep pushing that record button, keep doing what you do best, stay motivated, and I will see you guys next time.